Let me know when it hits. The YouTube started?
Yep.
All right. All right, family. Welcome to the show. We are live here in the studio. We got some really, really cool people here with us. We are going to have a conversation around how to leave your 9 to 5. And I'm going to start with a story of how I left my 9 to 5 working at the Cheesecake Factory. Contrary to popular belief, I wasn't in a rush to leave my job. I thought I had an amazing job, and I think once I stopped being in a rush to leave my job, I think that's when the door opened for me to actually leave, because I was appreciative of where I was. I was appreciative for the job. I was grateful that I had a job and a dream, and I'm building this thing together. And I used to complain about my job all the time, and I'm like, yo, I just hate this place and I don't want to be here. But once I realized why I was there, that's what really changed the game for me. So I learned so many skills working at the Cheesecake Factory, how to make a sale. I understood that that if I can get someone to order an appetizer and a dessert, I'll make more money, because it's off tips, right? Working at the Cheesecake Factory, it wasn't just let me just take your order. I knew, here's what's crazy. I knew if the first person, when I come to the tables and I say, what would you like to drink? If that first person says water, all five people are getting water. That doesn't help me in any way. But if I can get that first person to get this $5 strawberry lemonade, and then 4 other people at the table get a $5 lemonade, the check is already at $20. And if we're talking about a 20% tip, my tip starts at $5. So all of my coworkers, they go to the table and it's like, hey, what can I get you to drink? Water with lemon, water, no ice, and all these variations of water. But I said, you know what? I have to do something different. I need to run this checkup. I don't care if you don't feel like getting a cheesecake. You're at the Cheesecake Factory. That doesn't make any sense. I can't let you not buy it. So it was these skills that I learned working at the Cheesecake Factory, which started to transfer over to my business, which allowed me to leave my job. So the first thing I'm going to tell anybody here that's watching this based off of this title, where you're like, yo, I really want to leave my 9 to 5, you need to probably embrace what you need to learn first, and that will help you leave faster. So I would like our esteemed guests to come introduce themselves, and we're going to have an incredible conversation. I think everybody here is at different stages and spaces of their business. So I'm going to start to my right. Auntie Shaky, what's up, sis?
Hey, so I am Shaky Webster, affectionately known as Auntie Shaky. I am the financial matchmaker, and I help people find their perfect serve through stocks, insurance, and real estate, using the assets that they have to give them the assets that they really want. So
when you say financial matchmaker, I never asked you, but I've heard you say it. I've never asked you about it. It sounds dope, but explain that.
All right, so there are financial products that aren't for everyone. There's not a one size fits all. And I think a lot of times people try to do that and fit everyone into this one product. Everyone's situation is different, and I do it through my framework of the SIR method. So not everyone has the risk tolerance of getting into stocks. Not everyone has the risk tolerance of getting into real estate, but everybody has a common ground of insurance. Everyone needs insurance. So.
I love it. I love it. And to my left, Coach, what up?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
So I'm Coach K. I educate entrepreneurs on how to get access to $50,000 to $100,000 or more in grant funding, which is debt free. So I'm able to show someone who has no idea that they qualify for funding how to fill out an application and get approved for funding. I was actually fired into freedom.
Really?
Yeah. So I was terminated for teaching this information. The information that I'm about to share, or that I share daily, I was actually fired from my 9 to 5 for teaching it.
Where were you working?
Wells Fargo.
So you were working at Wells Fargo teaching it on your, like, outside of your job?
Yes. So what happened was I started a childcare center as well. So I took the information I learned from the struggles I went through with starting my own business, and all of the information and knowledge I learned from working at Wells Fargo, and my family members and friends and people would start asking me questions. So I hosted a conference, and Smitty came to the conference, and people just started asking more, and I started getting results and start posting it, and they were like, wait a minute. Oh, you're charging for this.
Wow.
Yeah, so you have two decisions. You got 24 hours. They went and did a research, and they found out I had an LLC for it, and they were like, you got 24 hours to dissolve this LLC, or you can continue to work here. So I'm here today because I decided to lock in on my dreams and go all in on entrepreneurship.
Was it a no-brainer, or was it like one of those things like, ooh, I got to think about this?
My time was up. I had worked for Wells Fargo for, at the time, it was, 14, 15 years. And I knew how to work the system. I was very comfortable. It was, I was working from home, and, it was time. Yeah. So I think it was just pushing me out of my comfort zone. I knew there was more for me, and it was just the push that I needed.
You ain't think about them benefits?
I think that's why I was there.
That would be
right.
The benefits for sure is what kept me, but also I didn't have any entrepreneurs around me. I had no one around me. So when I would have the conversation with my mom or my dad, it was like, you don't leave sure money on the table. Yeah. Like, we know you're going to get this check every 2 weeks. My mom's had to say, well, she worked for the same company for 35 plus years until I recently retired her. So all she knew was working for a company, clocking in. So sharing that with somebody who doesn't know, of course, it's going to require you to you're going to think you should stay in this space.
Incredible. You know what I found out too? It was like some deep research, and I had to ask ChatGPT. But, you could just pay for the insurance. Like, if you make enough money, you could just pay for it. You know what I mean? Like, I think people that have a job, no, seriously, they think insurance only comes with a job. But if you make more outside your job, just make enough to pay for your insurance. It was like a light bulb went off. I said, hold on. You mean to tell me I can get insurance when I have a job? They're like, yes.
Marketplace. Yeah.
How much money do you need to make? And that was the thing that made me more comfortable leaving. I said, oh, nobody told me. We have Amanda here who is currently employed. Yes. So this is going to be a master class for you. Okay, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, my name is Amanda. I am a nurse, and I have one business I just started, and I am in the process of creating something else. So in my challenges, I'm in work-life balance kind of challenges. I was full-time. I went part-time last year, and my goal was to go PRN this year. So I have to work 3 days a month now. So I work my 3 required days, and then I just pick up where I need to so I can try to focus on pouring more into the business side, because it is almost impossible to do both, at least in the hospital anyway.
Yeah. How's it going as an entrepreneur? How's it going?
You know what? It's hard to get people on the same page. It's hard to get people to do what you want them to do. I'm learning so much about scheduling with my home care business. I'm learning a lot about scheduling, and when my people wouldn't show up, I would have to go. And I was very particular about how I wanted my caregivers, how they match with my clients. I wanted personalities to match, so things went well. But so my first 2 clients. When you have a home care business, you get a provisional license for a year, and then you have to get an audit, and the auditor has to come. You have to have 2 clients within that year. You have to have the paperwork for the client and the paperwork for your caregivers. So people don't have a lot of money, and I don't take insurance yet. So my first 2 clients, I made no money, but I had to have the clients to have the documentation to get my full license, so then I could eventually bill for insurance. So I think my first client, I made $2 off of what my caregivers did, $2 an hour for there. And then my second client, I made no money. But I genuinely liked the family, and I love healthcare. So I was like, you know what, let me just schedule these people. And I'm balancing scheduling and doing all this and making not a dollar. But I needed it. So I did it. Sure. So they didn't show up, and I would work for CNA pay and do what I could do. But it's working. So my provisional license, my audit rather, comes up hopefully next month, and then I just have to have all that stuff together, and then I can get insurance and charge more.
Good. It was interesting. I don't know if you want to talk about the thing we're working on now, But I think we were talking about, he's like, y'all want to start a podcast, and do you come? I'm like, well, we got to figure out how to make some money. And then it started as a card game, and then it turned into something. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I tell some people about this. So to the day, when I first met you, when I first reached out to you, I put it in my notes. I put the first day we met. It was in September, which now I'm kind of upset about because I'm like, it's been almost a year. Like I had this idea. It started with the relationship stuff because I like to talk. And then people are like, oh, you're too young for that, or you don't know these things. I don't talk about things I haven't experienced. But anyways, nonetheless. So then David said, hey, Amanda, listen to 12 Months to My First Million. So I'm in the car, I'm listening to this book, and I'm on my way to the studio to come to you, and something hit me. Like I was like, literally, I felt it in my spirit. I'm like, we're not going to do relationships. We're going to do nursing because it's my field. I know it. I'm good at it. I'm passionate about it. And I remember we were supposed to talk about the relationship card game, and I came down like, no, David, look, this is what I want to do. And I was super excited. So now I've been fueling that. And I brought the game with me so we can go over it again today. And I love it. I would hear people say like they have visions, right? You have a vision and you can see what your life looks like doing what you love to do. And this is the first thing that I was like, I envision this going like this. I can see it. I can literally see it come to life. So I am ecstatic about it. And now you don't have as many, you have doubts, but I'm pushing it because I'm like, it's a sure thing.
Yeah. So essentially building out a board game to help pre-nurses or something?
Nursing students pass the state test.
The test.
That's amazing.
That's so
And I took it to work with me one day on a weekend. We have clinicals, like the nurses come to follow the nurses. And I had some nursing students sit down and play my little mock-up of the game. And I'm by no means an educator. I am not the brightest crayon in the box by any means. But anyways, when they started playing it and watching them piggyback the questions off of each other and the critical thinking skills was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. They literally were like bouncing off, well, no, that's not right because of this. And they were going through the things we learned in school, and they would help each other. And I was like, this is dope. Like, it is so cool. I was like, I think I found my niche.
Yeah, it's going to be dope.
Yeah, I'm excited.
You might love talking about
Let's
it.
go.
I put it in the comment like, you know what? So yeah, I started documenting when I came to meet Dave and the things he told me to do, and then I fell off because I got distracted rather.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you know what? Let me push these people. Like I said, trying to get people to like, hey, I need somebody to review these questions and make sure, because I don't want to teach anybody the wrong thing, but trying to get people to help you is difficult.
Welcome to the game. Welcome to the game. And we have the GOATs, man. Just killing the game out here, man. Super proud and excited for your success, man. Introduce yourself.
Yep, Kenny Smith. Y'all seen me on the show before, but Smitty the GOAT, as everybody know me on social media. Y'all know I'm in the credit and funding space still, on the lending business, and the digital consulting business as well, helping people scale their businesses online as well at this point.
I love it. How long have you been doing what you're doing now?
Yeah.
Because I remember, I mean, you were telling me you used to watch the podcast and stuff like that, but I don't know where you were in your life at that time.
Yeah. So you asked me where I was in my life at that time when I was watching the podcast?
When you first started this business.
Yeah, so this is 2021. So I kind of started the LLC in 2020, but then I really started doing stuff in 2021. But
what were you doing for money at 2020, 2021?
I was trying to figure it out. So I was doing like flipping iPhones, and I was trying to be like the shoe plug. So I was trying to be like the person who have the Jordans early and stuff like that, and I was probably selling to people. At one point, I was messing real hard with the iPhones, like being the person who fixes them or like resells them and stuff like that. I was going that angle. My first mind was like clothing business. That's the first thing I had in my mind. I was like, all right, I'll do like jogging suits, and I'll do probably t-shirts, and then I'll be the shoe plug, so I can get like a little combination with that. That's what I was trying to build. I was trying to do. I had worked from some shoe store and clothing store like for like 30 days before 9 to 5 a little bit, but and it's like, but I quit. But I had the idea. That's what I sparked the idea from. I seen how he ran things and how he got the shoe from the vendors and wholesaling. I just seen everything. I was like, I like that model. I can do that. I like clothes and shoes. I can deal with people wanting shoes and clothes. I'm like, maybe I do that. That was initially what I was trying to do at that time. Yeah.
And fast forward, 2025, we're making millions.
Yeah.
Isn't that incredible, bro?
8 figures now, so we made over 10 million. But yeah, making millions.
I'm sorry. Say it again.
I said 8 figures now. We made over $10 million. But yeah.
In what time frame?
4 years.
In over $10 million in 4 years.
Yeah.
Your life can change fast.
Yeah, man. It's amazing.
Actually, Auntie Shaky has a story. She has a story. Hey, look, talk about someone that doesn't believe, okay?
Oh, yeah, we can talk about it. Yeah.
Okay, this story is wild. And it's like, I remember like it was yesterday, for real. So we're sitting at Neil's house. You, Ramel, Boone, you guys had just come off of like the Fund Your Freedom event. You guys had just made like maybe your first 100,000, like in a day or something like that. It was, anyway, whatever it was. And it was a small group of us, and we're just sitting there talking, and you happen to mention that you don't read, right? And so I'm like, bruh.
First off,
I don't read books like that.
when you say you happen to mention that you don't read,
I don't read books like that. I think
You
that's
don't read
what it is.
books. He
I
was
don't
like,
read books
I
I
don't read
heard
books.
he can't read.
Yeah, that's when I heard you, I was like, he can't read.
That's
Like,
That's crazy. But nah, yeah, she's right though. I didn't read books like
He was
that.
like, I haven't read a book since high school.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, so what we're going to need to do, we're going to have to put some money away, or we're going to have to do something, because you're not going to always have this money. And I wasn't on like any type of hating type stuff. It was really coming from a place of, okay, listen to Auntie, you know what I'm saying? Because money, I had money, I lost it, you know, all of this. So it was like, you're not always going to have money. You said to me though, you stopped and you said, no, I'm always going to outwork people. You are always going to see me. I am going to stay in people's faces. And you did. You never let up. And you told me to do the same thing.
I did.
And
the story she said she told you, you're never going to make any money.
I don't know if she said it verbatim like that, but it was. I probably thought it. I'm pretty sure she was in her head like, I don't know if he's gonna be able to do this thing he said he's gonna do, but because I'm auntie.
Incredible. Hold on, and then we're gonna go to Coach K's Smitty story, because we were just sharing Smitty story.
Right. So remember I told you I hosted an event in Nashville. So I reached out to Smitty on social media, and I asked him to come, and he's like, I forgot how much you said. It was a couple of thousand.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. So one, I had to go do a cash advance on a credit card to pay you.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow. That's
So
crazy.
I did a cash, so you owe me.
I gave a percentage.
But yeah, so I did a cash advance on the credit card, and I pay him, and he comes down, and he's late. He comes
He's
late.
late
He
again?
comes late.
Golly.
He
Wow.
comes late.
And when was
His
this? What
flight-
year is this?
This was 2023.
About 2 years ago.
Yeah, about
Okay.
2 years ago.
Maybe 22, but yeah.
Yeah, 22, 23, something around that time. And I'm still working. I'm still working at Wells Fargo, but I hosted an event because so many people were coming to me asking me questions. So Smitty comes, he kills it. He talks about funding. And then I reach out to Smitty later. And I'm like, Smitty, I really want to get into, teaching this information. He's like, yeah, you don't got enough followers. You got to get your followers up.
I don't think I said it like that. I don't think I said it like that.
It was very blunt and harsh.
I think she took it like that. I didn't say that.
It was very
It's not about what you say, it's about how they
Yeah.
receive it.
How you receive it. I'm going to go
It
to the
was like,
messages. I'm going to the messages right
You
now.
got to get your followers up.
I'm going to the
And-
messages, Coach K. No. Nah, I told you probably get on your marketing and get your following up, but I ain't say it like that. I'm
You don't
going to
got
see.
no followers. And I was just like, okay. All right, cool. So now I go look at his page every now and then so I can see how many he has versus how many I have. And we're like neck and neck now. So I'm like, so what we going to do now, Smitty? Right.
Good collab. Good collab.
I love it. I love it. I think this is cool too, man. You think about if you ever look at or listen to the stories of people like Jay-Z and like people that was in that era that all came up in hip hop together, like your Diddy's or your Damon Johns. They all got these stories that all connect. And that's why Noriega's podcast is so dope, because he's bringing all these people that are superstars now, but it was all just like this at that time, right? It's like, yo, I got a story with you. We came across before you were big, like that kind of stuff. So that's what I love about Atlanta. And I believe this city is going to house a lot of the billionaires that we see right now, and we all got these stories. Somebody's like, yo, I remember we came on the Social Proof Podcast. I remember that kind of stuff. So, you got anything to say to defend yourself?
Yeah, I do. So, this was 2022, Actually, it
Okay.
was the beginning of 2022, so this is going on 3 years ago. This is my second speaking time ever speaking in life. By the way, I didn't tell you that. It was my second time ever speaking.
How much did you charge?
I charged $1,000 plus travel.
$1,000 plus travel.
This is my second time
Second
ever
time.
speaking, and I got paid one time before that, and I got paid like $500. So I told myself the second time I'm charging $1,000. But that was only my second time speaking, and I told her, but I did not tell her that.
Yes, you did.
I did not tell her that.
Find it.
What'd you
It's
say?
in there.
What you say?
We don't got
It
that
was
conversation.
after
It was
the
a
event.
text, maybe a text then.
Was
No,
it
Maybe
after
it was
the
a
event?
text.
It maybe
Maybe
it
it was
was text
text, but it was
then. Yeah.
after the event.
Okay, yeah, maybe a text then. But I could defend myself on that side.
Well, I love it. I think I want to go into right now what it takes to build something successful, and I think the avatar that we're talking to is Amanda. Actually, you know what I mean? Like somebody that I want more, but it's tough. I'm in a transition right now, and obviously you're married, so it's not saying you're poor. It's just somebody that like I'm in a space, and I want to be my own boss, and I want to get out of the situation that I'm in right now. And anybody can chime in. What is one of the lessons that you learned? Not a how-to, but something that reframed how you look at life in business.
Yeah, so I think for me, the first thing was being clear on my one, like being clear on my one thing that I wanted to offer, how people could support me, the message that I wanted to deliver. So many times we get caught up in, oh, I want to teach grants. Oh, I want to do Airbnbs. I want to be in real estate because we see so many people on social media doing all of these amazing things, and we want to do it, and we lose focus on that one. So when people come connect with me and you hear Coach K, you hear grants. But then when you come inside of my community, I can help you with real estate. I can help you with your personal credit. I can help you with funding. So I think being clear on that one, finding that one thing and locking in on that and giving that 100% of you opens up the door for so many opportunities.
I love it. I love it. And I'll let everybody chime in. If you're watching live right now on YouTube, family, shouts out to Dr. Dawn Michelle. She said, hey, Coach, I love my coach. I guess she's talking about Coach K. Okay. And she said, wow, Coach K, I didn't know your story. We need to tell our story.
Hey.
But if you have a question, please put it in the chat. We'll do our best to entertain those. But Auntie Shaky, do you have something?
Completely. So I left my job December of 2019, knowing that I was going to be good. I was going to be successful. I had a little plan, But what's interesting was that I left my job being an actress. I had gotten into acting full time during that time. And so I had gotten on a couple of sets. I had did some print work with Verizon and Publix and all these other places, right? And so 2020 happened. What happened in 2020?
With
Pandemic.
COVID?
The pandemic.
With COVID? Yeah.
There was no shooting. There was no shooting. You weren't on set at all. So it was what happens now? My face is like on.
I didn't know this.
Yes, I had a commercial running during the Super Bowl. Like millions of people. Like my face is like there. I am the commercial. And so in 2020, I had to shift. I had my insurance license. I had already had it because I've been in insurance now for 16 years. And I said, well, what do I do if I'm no longer doing auditions and, in the industry? What do I do? So I reinvigorated my business of insurance. And I said, you know what? I like it here. I like it here a lot. And so I found a new passion. But if I had to do it over again, I left thinking about the fact that I was always going to get a check. But when the check wasn't there anymore, I had wished that I had some savings. I had something, but I married well, so it didn't matter.
Married well. I love that.
Shan, I just found it too. I'm gonna let you read it too.
Okay, let me see.
I think it went off.
What does it say?
So Smitty says, okay, Smitty, I'm hosting an event in Nashville for entrepreneurs and would love for you to attend if possible. Okay. What are your fees for speaking? Cover travel and
how you get to
I
that?
think it moved when
Because-
you handed him the phone.
No,
It shifted.
you want me to go? Go down more?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
do where she asked me about. Which part did you ask me about?
This is live, folks.
About-
We live.
Right.
About coaching.
You gotta get this one.
And you told me I needed more followers.
Okay, let me see. Okay. She says, the high ticket is, okay. Smitty, have you started mentoring? If so, please send me your link. I have the online course, but then I got my high ticket. Okay.
No, that's not the one I'm talking about. This
No,
was
read that one,
after the
Chance.
event.
No, read that one, Chance,
Here.
please.
The high, and this is July 4th, 2023.
Yeah.
The high ticket is probably what I need assistance with marketing and scaling. I have the knowledge and info and resources. Just got to start putting it out and step out my comfort zone. My audience is Facebook, trying to impact Instagram more too. He says, yeah, I can teach you how to do it. And we have to grow your following. That's my $7,500 program. And she said,
So,
"That's what I need."
hold on.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear she said I did? She said I told her she didn't have enough to do.
You know what? But here's
I offered the help for her, and she didn't accept it. And I told her what she needed,
Yep.
and
You
she didn't
did.
accept it. You didn't think I could coach you,
No, that's not what it
Well,
was.
maybe that 7,500 was sticker shock a little bit.
but I told her to do ads and webinars and marketing. What are you doing now?
I've always listened. Anytime you gave me tips and gems, like now we
I'm
have this
just asking a
conversation.
simple question.
I always listen.
But here's the thing. So I sat down with Troy and Rashad one time before I really started like going with the podcast. And long story short, we at Cheesecake Factory, and Troy was like, "Man, I like your podcast, man." He just said, "You're not really consistent with putting it out." Sounds harmless. Internally, I said, "Who are you talking to, bro?" I felt like he was calling me an inconsistent person.
Okay, I understand the interpretation of what
The
you
truth, the fact of the matter was, I'm dropping an episode a month. You know what I mean? Or like I'm just whenever I find somebody. So them saying that internally, and I think that's how I think this is a mindset shift. When someone says something, we should take it a little harder. You're being nice. Get your follow. You probably should have said, "Yo, you're following. How are you going to impact people when you're going to follow it?" But she took it in the way that she needed it. So you want to speak on that?
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
it does sound okay. What he said. He just said-
We had to go find the
I
receipt.
But how
I
did
offered
you
the help.
feel?
No.
Without even seeing that.
I've always been one to kind of like take information and figure out what I could do. The 7,500 I probably couldn't invest into right now, but what can I do to get into the space where I'm taking the information, even though it was like, for him it probably was a small nugget, but it was a big nugget for me. So what do I do and how do I implement on the information right now so that I can get the 7,500? I should have took it then because now I think it's like 25,000 or something like that. But what can I do so I can be in the space to invest the 7,500? So I just took it and applied it, and we're sitting in the same room now. So I love it. Yeah.
In the last couple of years, you took that one suggestion, turned into 300-something thousand followers.
Yeah.
But that's interesting how you can take a piece of advice and that becomes the fuel for you to keep growing.
Absolutely.
Just like that. But that shows that you were ready.
Yeah.
No,
That
she
shows
was.
that
Yeah,
you
she
were
was.
ready.
She was. And she did the right thing with it. She did it very well. She did
Yeah.
it great. From what I've seen from then to now, it's crazy. Like, this is crazy.
But you know what? That also speaks to, like, a lot of times when we do challenges or we do webinars or something like that, we always tell people, look, I've given you information. You can go ahead and execute on this right now if you want to. Or you can buy my course or whatever I have, and I can help walk you through it. There's a very small percentage of people like yourself that will take that information and actually execute. So I think that's...
There's a group of people who will take that information and do nothing with it, like
do
you
nothing.
said. Like, oh man, I don't have enough followers, I can't do this, and they stop. Instead of trying to figure out what to do and how I can get in the space or how do I grow my followers. I started watching his Instagrams and copying what he was doing. I paid for one of his challenges, not because I wanted to learn his information. I wanted to see how he ran the challenge. And I tried to copy what he was doing. I messed it all up, but I was trying to copy.
That's what I was doing. Same thing.
So, you kind of, what is it called? Silent mentor, right? I couldn't afford the 7,500 at this time, but let me go watch and see what he's doing. Okay, he did this type of post. Let me go do it. He's posting 3 times a day. I'm going to post 4. So those type of things.
100%.
Amanda, how are you taking this conversation? What's going through your mind?
Because I'm in the transitioning point, like I'm finding myself in spaces they were. Like I moved here to do film.
Interesting.
And then I remember I wrote Country Wayne when I moved here. and was like, hey, I want to shoot with you. He didn't respond. I had like 3,000 followers at the time. And then I jumped on I made a video of something that was trending, and then that went viral. And then I ended up being on the Country Wayne set 2 years later as a nurse. And I was a nurse in real life. So that kind of put, and I love film. Mm-hmm. But then I started talking, and when I looked at the content that I made, I viewed the comments, kind of the hard ones and the ones, and I'm like, okay, this group of people feels underserved. So then I focused on that community, and then it just built. But I started one way and then started doing something else, trying to, find my purpose. And same thing with Coach K. I loved B. Simone. Mm-hmm. She's funny. Mm-hmm. So I went to the very first post she ever did, and I was like, how did she transition? And then I started shooting content like that. And then as I began to talk more, because I'm not really afraid to talk, I started meeting people. I think I met Jason and his wife, who invited me to some stuff where I ended up meeting David, and I met Schmitty, and I remember how I met you either at an event or something. I don't know.
Want me to remind you? I had a buzzer on my pants. I had purchased a pair of pants from Express, and they left the buzzer on my pants, and you came up to me and you was like, girl, you need help taking this?
Oh, right. Yes, and I loved her ever since. And I don't know how I found out, but I think same thing. I just took a trash bag, you wrap it around your pup. I was going to take it off for you. I remember. That's right. So
hold on, you took it off?
So I didn't take hers off.
But you know how to.
Yeah, all you do is take a grocery bag and you keep wrapping it and wrapping it and wrapping it and wrapping it, and it pops off. And the ink doesn't burst or anything.
This is a red flag.
I don't know what's going on.
So then when I moved, I'm from Florida, and I went to the beach. I raised my kids and went home. But I moved to Atlanta, and I'm around these people. And I'm like, okay, there is really a lot more to life. Mm. But what got difficult, it got depressing because now I'm overstimulated. And now I'm in places with people and you have to communicate. And I wasn't used to talking to people every day because I was in a shell, and then same thing, like when I guess for me to say, you're going to see my face, when I would be out, I would mingle with the people, then I would fall back, and it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. Yeah. So trying to balance talking to people, learning things, trying to figure out how people do things without saying you're copying off of them my mind was everywhere, and it was so hard. And then, like you guys said, focus. I was like, okay, people love the nurse on Country Wayne. I'm a very, very good nurse in real life. I'm actually probably one of the best nurses out there. But anyways, so then I started focusing on that. I remember I was talking to Dave when I transitioned from doing the relationship card game to the board game. Dave said you cannot do both. Mm-hmm. He said you could, but it's going to be very, very difficult. He said you need to pick one thing and you need to focus on it. So I would leave my relationship talk for play, and then I focused on, because I do like to talk about that stuff, and then I focused on my nursing thing, and it's been helping. So I'm listening, and I probably have to stay more focused, but I'm picking all this up. I got a question. Mm-hmm. Because you be in the spot, you be around all the time. This year I've been in the house, but yeah. But no. Every time I go somewhere, you're there, and I don't go nowhere. I don't go nowhere, so I know you got to be there. But you, and this is talking to somebody they think if they just move to Atlanta and they're in the room, they'll become successful. My question is, are you inspired in these rooms, or are you just kind of like happy to be in the mix? I would say inspired, because I'm like, oh, you can live like this, especially us, because where I was at, it was predominantly other ethnicities, and I'm like, look at all these successful, beautiful Black people, and I'm watching, and I'm like, I don't have to work a 9 to 5. I went to a meeting at work, and they told me I had to work every other Saturday. I said, this is not gonna work for me. I want to live a life. So the more I was around when I was in the spaces with you guys, I would pipe up, let me handle my business, or I'm just gonna, there's nothing wrong with being regular. I'm regular. I'm not, whatever. But it was I'm looking at, I can live this way, and not for the materialistic shiny things, just for the autonomy of it. Mm-hmm. You can, Dave's out the country handling business somewhere by the water, like you can have freedom. And I think some people, like especially our people, have this perception that these people are just lucky. No, you put the work in. Mm-hmm. Like you're fighting silent battles, but you're constantly putting the work in. 100%. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get to Sean's question in a second. Do y'all have any advice for Amanda right now in the space that she's in?
What's the goal?
So let me tell you where my dilemma is,
What's
which
it
I'm
going?
working it out. So I don't work a whole lot. You know, I got a partner that handles that mostly, but trying to work, I need to be off to build the business, it's the home care business and my game, so to speak, but I have to work.
Why?
I need some money.
Okay, so what else are you doing? Don't make you no money. The business not making no money right now.
The home care business is newer, but that's the one I have to wait for my official license. But my focus is building this board game out. So I started shooting, and it's for nursing students. So I started shooting more nursing content, more funny nursing content to build that audience. I want my community to be healthcare professionals, specifically nursing students. So I'm trying to cater to that community more, and like healthcare lifestyle, I guess you could say. So I'm trying to build that community. And the hospital helps because I learn a lot in the hospital. But I have to work, and some days I'm not off enough. And then, of course, you're balancing. I've got to balance kids. I'm over here trying to stay in shape, be a good wife. It's a lot going on.
Are you married too? It's a little different. I think your situation is a little unique and different because you're married and you're a wife. If you were like a single, I would have a different angle for you to go harder on
I almost
business.
would tell people, if you're a new entrepreneur, like for where I'm building, I wouldn't even get in a relationship because he lets me be free. He's like, Amanda, do whatever you want. But my moral and my ethic code is I'm a wife first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But he was like, he would give me get some clothes, dress up, go mingle with the people. Like there's never any pressure on that end. But I think where my overthinking comes in, I'm like, well, I need to be home. I need to cook dinner before he comes home. This house needs to be clean. When really I need to get up and I need to bust a move on to get it. The shoes gonna have to be out. And he wouldn't even say anything. But morally, I feel like that is my God-given duty. But I also need to be my own person because I had lost myself a lot. And not even on his record, I lost my way for like this whole year trying to focus on giving some people things that they're not even asking for.
Yeah. So I'll chime in on that part. I'll say, because I'm in the same position I am now. So I got a girlfriend now, and I will allow her to do that too, right? And she can do whatever she want to do, and I would even fund it if we needed to have it. But truthfully speaking, as I let her do that and she gets busy, everything gets harder for her and for me.
Yeah.
Because now she's not sitting here cooking and cleaning every day, all day, because she's busy. She's gone. The kids are here too, so that means either we gotta hire somebody or get help, or I gotta be able to be dad now, and which is nothing wrong with it. But also me building this big empire, I kind of need someone just to help and support. I don't need you to make money.
Right.
And my side, I don't need you to make money at all, not even $1. So, but I also don't want to hinder you from you wanting to build something and be your own self and build something. But it does make it very hard to manage now. It make it very hard to balance now because you want to build something and it takes time to build something and it takes time to go work. It takes time to go put the effort in. It takes time to go learn things and all these different things. Well, then, okay, where's that time being balanced at? Because, okay, what about the kids now? The kids got to come home from school. The kids got to eat. I got to eat. Things got to get cleaned. And then it's like, okay, that stuff is time consuming way more than I thought. And like cleaning, cooking, taking care of kids and stuff like that is way more work than I thought and way more time consuming. And if you're trying to build a business, it's already hard. So you mean tell me you gotta do all those different things and then go build our business beside that? It's like it's a crazy balance that would need to happen, and it's almost unbalanced. And it's
he makes good money. Like today, I'm like, I want to go shoot a day.
Yeah.
Can you go pick up? And I have a guilt because my kids aren't his kids. We don't have any kids together. So he's gonna go pick up my kids so I can come do my thing with y'all. But he makes way more money than I do. Yeah. So it's kind of like you said, he's got to put some of his money on hold for my dreams and, things that I want to do. So I have a guilt in me about it because I'm like, number one, we've been together. He's never said anything. But like I said, my kids aren't his kids. So I'm like, I feel like I'm inconveniencing him. Yeah. Never said this. He was like, Amanda, go. I got the baby. He's not a baby, but I got the kids. Do your thing. But I'm like, am I taken from him? Am I still fulfilling his needs? Because at the end of the day, for me as the type of wife that I am, I'm like, okay, if he was like, Amanda, delete your Instagram, I'm gone. Because when I die, I want to die full of love. The other things aren't super important. But I have a fire in me now, and I want to do my own thing.
Right.
But I love being a wife.
Ladies, I need y'all to chime in.
I can't speak from a wife's perspective because I'm not married. But as a mom, I set my baby down. And I had a real tough conversation with her. I went through a season of hibernation. We're not doing anything. There's no extras. This is what we're doing. And she was like 12 at the time. So it was kind of like, lady, what? But it's going to get uncomfortable. It's going to get uncomfortable for a second. So, and she gets it. Like, she gets it now. Now she sees, okay, that's why you were doing this. And it makes sense. So it was just a tough but uncomfortable conversation that I had to have with my baby. And that was probably, I think, the hardest thing of this journey is being able to tell my baby, we got to hold off for just a second. But this is what we need to do. So I can't speak from a wife's perspective. I'm taking all of that in.
Hypothetically, though, if you were married, this man is the breadwinner.
Yeah.
He needs your support in that way, and you gotta. Hypothetically,
I think I would probably be very similar to Amanda. Like, even my spouse, I never talk about this, but I do have a spouse. Yeah, so we're not married, but yeah, but
okay.
yeah,
you got somebody.
Yeah, I got somebody, and I never really speak on that. But I'm, when it comes to his business and the things that he needs, I kind of put. It's like, hold on, okay. Like, he called earlier. He was like, I need you to get this flight. And I'm like, well, I'm walking to a podcast. But I was like, okay, wait a minute. They're not ready yet. So I stopped what I was doing to do it to make sure he was good. So I think I would be very similar to Amanda with making sure he's good. And sometimes his needs come before mine. I think that's just kind of my nature.
Like, compared to both of you, I am failing at that, to be honest with you. So I say all the time, I'm the most selfish person I know. Like, I've never taken on this whole thing of selflessness, like, oh, I'm gonna give all of me for my husband and my child. It's never been me. It's always, I'm thinking about me first before I think about someone else. And so I'm thinking about my business. I'm thinking about what my needs are, what my team's needs are. And gosh, it's a struggle a lot of times in the marriage because of that. Because obviously he didn't ask me to work. But it's in me. I can't see myself not building something. Like, it's just in me to want to go. And then oftentimes I struggle with not going all in, like when Smitty's like, well, just stay in their face. They stay in their face. And, I've seen what happens when you stay in people's face. You get really, really big.
Right.
But what's life going to look like for me if I get really, really big? Am I still going to be married to the same person? Is my life still going to be the same? Like, it's so much that goes on in my head subconsciously that I think that a lot of that weighs on me because I'm not the cooker in the house. I'm not the cleaner. I mean, Consuela, she come through. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So it's that. So I'm failing in that. So I can't even
I won't say
add.
you're failing, because one thing that I'm learning, and he even shows me too, is I'm not selfish enough. Because at the end of the day, say things dissolve, right? Things don't work out. I don't have to work out. I don't have to work. But then where am I if anything happens? Whatever happens, then where am I? What am I left with?
Yeah.
So and then he's very selfish. Like, no, this is not with me necessarily, but things are this way. I come first. This is what's coming first, and his business he does well. So I have a problem with being a little bit more selfish. And he's like, Amanda, stop worrying about me so much. Focus on you. Like, God forbid something happens to him or we just don't work out.
Yeah.
Then I'm just sitting here. Then I won't be over here building no business because I'm gonna have to be at work all the time.
Facts.
Like, I have the opportunity, but I'm comfortable. So before him, I worked 2 jobs always. 2 jobs, raised kids. I had never really been with a man with money before. So when I got one with money, I get to pick when I want to go to work. So I was at the house, and then like I wasn't getting paid a lot to shoot my content. So I'm out there shooting away, and I didn't care if they paid me or not. I was grateful to be in the room. So then I stopped working. Like I didn't work for like 3 years, and I was like, shoot, I ain't got no money. And then if we get into it, I'm like, shit, if he goes, I don't pay these bills. So I won't say failing. I think I think that's something you have to have. Like, you have to be a little bit selfish to be an entrepreneur. Like,
For sure.
Yeah.
if you would say your space, Dave, like, where do you have to find those sacrifices where, like, look, I got to be selfish right now so I can build this
100%.
for us? Because at the end of the day, say he breaks a leg, at least I know I can carry us because we'll be straight.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm not building it for us as a family. I would like entrepreneurship. So I used to say the cool stuff like, man, I'm going out here every day, working hard for us. No, I like this. When I go on vacation, I'm building stuff. I'm on the laptop, not because
It's
I
both,
was
Shan.
stressed.
It's not just. It's both.
No, he told me, Amanda, I'm going to build with or without you. You want to ride with me or you
Bruh,
don't.
Wow.
I hated that,
Yeah.
but I'm like,
What we
shoot, he's
saying?
right.
Yeah, I mean, I want to make sure my kids are taken care of, but I can't lie and say when I go out and I'm grinding every day, I'm grinding to take care of my family. I love the game. This is me. I mean, it's who I am. So I don't know. That's why I'm saying I don't know if I could, like, if my wife was like, she just, she wants to do like daycares and she has a chain of daycare and she's making $100 million. I don't know how comfortable I'd be in just sitting there and being the support. I don't know. And y'all better stop judging me in the chat. Can I be
Nah, I'm
honest?
rolling.
It's a safe
Are
space.
they? Are they judging
I
in
don't
the
know.
chat?
Who knows? I just want to create a safe space. But not that I wouldn't support my spouse, of course. But I'm just saying the conversation that we're having right now is like, it's easy for someone on social media to say, yo, go hard, give it everything you got. But there's caveats to that.
There are.
You know what I mean? I want to take care of my household. I can't go all the way in. And what if I go all the way in and I become more successful? Then I'm further away from my spouse. You're like, yo, how if I get big, am I still gonna be married to this? These are conversations that people need to have.
Yeah.
Should you be an entrepreneur, single person or not single person, or stay-at-home mom, or whatever you're doing at home? Should you be an entrepreneur? That's a question. I don't know. We have a question in the chat from Sean the Light. He said, what's the one question we should ask y'all that we haven't asked yet? What's the one question that someone should ask you? They see you out at a networking event. What should they ask you?
What's the number one thing you focus on that moves the needle for you? I think, like, if people can understand from multiple different perspectives of different people's business models, and asking them what's the number one thing that they focus on that moves the needle for them, I think they can get a good perspective of what to start focusing on, or what could help them move, do what the because if you don't know what to focus on, and somebody like me that have made 10 million tell you what I focus on, I think it's a good idea that you actually look into that. You know what I mean? Because it might help you in the thing you're not focusing on the right thing. You start focusing on the right thing, it might help you in some type of way or form. I think that's one.
Well, what's the thing that moved the needle for you?
Me, it's gonna be mentorship and marketing. It's mentor. They're my two things right there.
So when you say move the needle, you mean move at things that are making you successful or things that drove you to do what you want to do?
That's making me successful or making me more money or getting bigger and better at what I'm doing and have going on. My two things is mentorship and marketing. If you can just do them two things and master them two things, you gonna go far. You don't need too many more pieces around that. As I've seen people brands grow so fast, I did it myself. Coach over thousands of people now. I've seen it, bro. When people focus on them two things, things move immediately fast. And I don't see too many things above that move the needle faster than those two things. I don't see it. So that was my thing.
That's good. Yeah. So I would say relationships. I would say relationships and the power of and marketing. And marketing, I would say that. But I would say relationship because of this. We spoke earlier about Dr. George Fraser, and he has an event going on right now, the Power Networking Conference, and he did close to zero marketing at all. But his relationship pool, the people that he knows, can fill up a room of 2,000 people at short notice. And so for me, if you're a new entrepreneur, make sure you get into communities and just create relationships. That's mine.
And I'll re-ask this question too. What's the one thing someone should ask you that maybe people don't ask you a lot, that's the game changer for you?
Nobody really asks me what's the process. They always want the result. So even if it's grant funding or if it's the success or whatever it is, it's like, well, I need the $100,000, but it's not like, Coach K, what's the process to get to the $100,000? And when I get the $100,000, what do I do with the $100,000? It's always like, I need this and I need it now. What are the steps that I need to take to get to the $100,000? So I would say, what's the process for sure?
That's
I love
good.
it. I love it. Before we move to the next segment, we're going to start talking about money. I would say that the question that most people should ask themselves is, who should I become? And not necessarily, what should I do? Because even if you tell everybody what to do, you have to become something to actually even execute it, right? You know what to do. You know, like, get the board game design, website, market, things of that nature. But it's something inside of you that has to get you to say, I'm going to do this regardless of what's happening in my life. And that's the thing that changed me. I know no matter what's going on in my life, I've got to get it done, because there are seasons in life. You're going to have great seasons. That was the conversation. I just asked, I was like, yo, how's business, how's everything? She's like, yo, it's way better at the end of the season this year than the top of the year. And my question to her was, did you do something different at the end of the year than in the beginning of the year, or is it just a season? If you do the same thing over and over and over again, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's just up and down. It's just a roller coaster, bro. People think they're going to be up forever. You're not. And even if your money's up forever, you think you're going to be happy forever? You're not. You're going to be happy, you're going to be sad, you're going to feel great, you're not going to feel so good every day. It's up and down. So what I've developed for myself is understanding that I have to consistently do the work regardless of how I feel.
That's good.
Next part, money. Someone is transitioning from their 9 to 5. Let's just talk about money. What needs to be happening right now before you even leave? Let's go to you, Coach K.
You got to have a game plan. And I knew my termination was coming. I knew it was coming long before it came, but I didn't have a plan. And so I didn't have a good relationship with money. That was first of all. Like, the money would come in. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I was still splurging.
When you say relationship with money, didn't have a good relationship with money. Describe the relationship in as much detail as possible.
Yeah. So, I was working Wells Fargo. I'm probably making $70,000 a year. But if you looked at my social media at the time, I was flying on private jets. I was in Miami every other weekend on yachts. I had Chanel, I had Chanel bags. And people ask me all the time, like, why don't you show lifestyle content and stuff now? It's like, because I remember what I was doing with $70,000 and it really wasn't real. So if you look at my page now, I won't post anything. Because of the difference. But I didn't have a good relationship with money. We would get bonuses from Wells Fargo and I would take it and go blow it on designer because I thought that that's what I was supposed to be doing. So it just wasn't a healthy relationship. My daughter was designer, fashioned out. It was just crazy. So when that termination came, right? Sick now. But when the termination came, I didn't have a plan, and I knew I was under investigation a year before they even terminated me, and I just kind of blew it off. So there wasn't a game plan, there wasn't a strategy. I didn't have anybody around me to really, coach me or teach me about business funding or the opportunities that were out there available for me. So, it was just learn money, know where your money is, and know how your money can help you grow.
Smitty, I'm leaving my job, or I want to leave my job, or I want to prepare to leave my job. Let's have a conversation around money.
Yep. So the first one gonna be discipline. Now that I made it to where I am, and I was where I was before, so I've seen both sides now. So one of the main things that I got better at that helped me a lot was discipline. I seen people at the bottom go do kind of like what Coach K said. They have the income to make something happen if they were to be disciplined, to not go do those things, to put their money in smart places, to invest their money into the right things, like could be like mentorship, because it's one of my focus points when I say to get out of something, or the job or the money. If you start being disciplined, you can start focusing on where to put your money at better. But if you don't be disciplined, you wildly spending it, then it's just like, that's what people do when they're at the bottom, and that's what they do. They spend it on the dumb stuff. But if they start being disciplined and they start not spending on dumb stuff and start putting it in the right places, something can grow out of that. It don't have to be you got to get 100,000 in business funding and all these different things. It literally could just be what you have now. You could build something around it, but your discipline is terrible. But my logic was this. I didn't have that much money at first, but I knew I needed money to get into business, to do business, to grow business. So my mindset was, well, what's the best way for me to get to access to a lot of money? So I'll take a little bit of what I have and then I'll invest my money into the credit thing because that's going to multiply the access I have. It was just the smartest thing in the world. When I figured it out, I'm like, well, why would I focus on anything else when this is the number one thing that can give me access to an unlimited amount of money? We put credit on the back burner and we put everything in front of it. We watch TV, we go outside, we go on vacation, we spend all this money on our birthdays, we spend all this money on Christmas, we do all these different things with our money. But we put the thing on the back burner that can get us access to an unlimited amount of money if we just took care of it, put our money into that. And it don't take that much money to put into it. So my focus would be with money is put it into something that's going to give you access to multiply your money. So you taking a little $500 or $1,000, $1,500, and then you fix this up of a thing that can get you access to 6 figures worth of money. Now you didn't even have to make or get access to 6 figures. You have to make 6 figures or invest your way up to 6 figures. You literally can just get access to it. So I think my focus point is to be disciplined, and then of course I'm gonna go into the credit stuff because that's my industry. But it's just such a smart thing to me. I just hate that people continue to put this on the back burner when it's just the number one tool that can just help you and give you access and give you opportunity to go build something or do something if you have that idea or dream. So that would be my thing I'll say to focus on first.
Man, listen, I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait for this. You talked about discipline, and I say all the time, the lack of discipline will have you praying for miracles.
That's a bar.
If we we quacking it. We quacking it. Listen, think about it this way. A person that just spins and spins and spins, and then it's like, okay, now I have a bill due. Now you're on your knees praying that I find money. Or you eat a bunch of junk and, all of that, and you have diabetes, and now you're praying that you don't lose a toe. But if you just had discipline to eat right, if you just had discipline to save your money, you wouldn't be praying right now for a miracle. And so that's the biggest thing. I'm glad you said discipline. But I also want a person that is on their 9 to 5 right now. There's a couple of things I want you all to think about. I want you to have your money inside of an HSA. Put some money inside of an HSA, which is a not a high yield savings, but
health spending account?
Yes, a health spending account. Now, here's what's important about that, because when you leave your job, like Dave said, needing the ability to have health care, you can actually self-fund yourself through the HSA. So that's one of the things that I wanted to let people know. The second thing is get life insurance that you actually own. So when you are on your job, you do not own that life insurance. They always say, get some of this life insurance because it's super cheap. It's like $3 a pay period or something like that. Okay. Super cheap, but it's not insurance you own. As soon as you leave your job, that insurance is gone. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So make sure that you get life insurance outside of work. Okay, that's another thing. The other thing that I wanted to mention is think about your opportunity costs. Opportunity costs is one of those things where it's like, okay, if I decide to do this, what am I giving up in order to do this? Okay. Every single decision we make is an opportunity cost. Okay. So if I decide to leave my job in December versus leaving it in February, what's the opportunity cost to that? So you even want to be strategic when leaving. And so because it can mean something of whether or not, for some people, if they're older, if they're going to get all of their retirement benefits or something like that. Okay. So I want you all to think about that as well. And then I had one more that I wanted to mention is sit down with your family. Like, this needs to be a whole conversation with everybody in the house. Listen, mama or daddy is about to leave their job, and I'm going to need time. I'm going to need time and space. And so I think that that's going to be important as well.
David, I want to add one more thing.
Please.
You can't share your vision of leaving your job or being an entrepreneur with your 9-to-5 coworkers, the people who are currently in the space with you. They are going to hold. I remember telling somebody, like, it's this building down the street. I want to open up a daycare in it. And they laughed like, what? And then I opened up the daycare and, you know, it was just like this huge thing. And, you know, I was sharing my vision and sharing my dream with somebody who had, you know, a 9-to-5 mindset. So you have to, it goes back to what Smitty says with like mentorship. You have to get around people who are going to support you, or who are going to pour into you, or who are going to give you the information that you need to be successful. Sharing this information with the people who you work with every day it's going to keep you stuck. So don't share with those 9-to-5 coworkers.
Well said.
That's so good.
Amanda, you're in the space right now. What are you thinking about? Like, how, when it comes to money, do y'all got like joint money, and then
I have my accounts, he has his account, so we have an investment account. So we have a couple rental properties too, which was part of the plan. So I was full-time, part-time, now I'm PRN. I don't get benefits anymore. So, but I know if I looked at how much came out of my check every 2 weeks that went to back when I had insurance, how much is my health insurance a month, and then I just have that in an account to get my own health insurance. But anyways, so we have a couple properties now, but we don't touch that money, but it's another thing that'll back me when I'm completely gone. And another thing that was important with that too is even with the game building, like I am in a situation that could take my job away, which honestly, at first I was bummed out about it, but I'm like, you know what? This might really be a blessing in disguise, because I'm looking at some of the people that I know. A lot of the entrepreneurs that I know are felons, or that make like or have been to jail. Make him like Trap. Trap does his thing. He's been. So you don't have to have. You don't have to have a 9-to-5. You don't have to have a 9-to-5 job. No crazy. Like I hold a license that can get taken away if something happens. But with entrepreneurship, nobody can take my game. Nobody can take that from me.
Yeah.
I don't need a license for that.
Oh, but you're saying if you produce this game, they could take your license.
They can no. If the situation I have, the other situation that I have, if I lost my nursing license and I couldn't work for a company,
I see. That can affect your home health care business.
Right, but it can't take anything away from my entrepreneur business, my game and my products and my things like that.
I got a question for a minute. How much money have you spent on mentorship?
On mentorship?
Yeah, total.
I want probably $1,000.
What was it?
That's so
I'll tell you
crazy.
why, because you know who I wanted to work with this? I wanted to work with this girl, this woman. She opens up home care, and she wanted $7,500. I could tell my husband, baby, give me $7,500.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not spending $7,500.
And what's crazy is I knew that you didn't spend a lot of money on mentorship, and I want to just confirm my inside spirit. And,
So
and I knew that you didn't spend over $3,000 on mentorship.
No, the lady I found who helped me with my policies and procedures, she was a CNA. She didn't have a big name. She was kind of like under the radar, so she helped me with my thing. The first person I was ever willing to pay for mentorship was Dave, because I wanted to podcast. So when I hit him, I'm like, God, I hope he don't say nothing stupid.
$20,000.
Yo, first off, I wish you'd have led with that, because you was like, because every time I see you, like, yo, can I come by the studio and just have a conversation? Like, all right, because you be everywhere, so I'm thinking, oh, you cool with the whole family.
Before I knew you, I was watching your webinar. You would do your little free webinars. I was in the bed on my stomach taking notes while you were on here talking about who's your audience, who are you going to focus on. So same, I'm trying to get as many free things that I can get.
And I knew, and you said one thing that made me notice, and it's so crazy how I'm just starting to just notice the different people in different levels. You said the only way you're gonna be able to make money is if I go back to a job. I don't think like that at all. It's because the only way I know to not go make money is now go learn from somebody who's making money, a lot of money, and I need to learn from them and tell me how to do it. And I'm gonna go do what they say to do. That's how I'm gonna make money.
Right.
And if somebody that hasn't took mentorship though, I know that's how they mind kind of frame into that. So I believe if you took more mentorship, you wouldn't even care to think about that at all, or even do it.
Well, for sure. So
Rub me my bread, first off.
that was the point. So almost like what Auntie was saying, I read How to Win Friends and Influence People. So now I teach my children now. You don't need to know things. Like I don't know. I'm a nurse. I'm a healthcare. I don't know podcasting. I don't know credit. I don't know grant funding. I don't know any of these things. But I know people who are entrepreneurs, and I try to stay in those spaces to learn. Because I'm gonna sit with you. I'm speaking to before I have to actually pay for this template, and then like I'm
Who not how? I preach it every week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna implement. I think I hit. I'm like, Coach, it was crazy busy, but I'm like, look, I need some grants, but it goes with, like you say, them up and down. They're like, okay, I'll be focused, and then I'll fall off, and I'll be focused, and I'll fall off. But you have to stay in space for sure. So I'm trying to stay around the mentors and get the mentors to give me the mentors.
What are you doing with your money right now? Like, what do you do with your paycheck?
That's
How
a
does this work?
great
Yeah.
question.
So now I focus solely on like getting credit debt down. So I took to get the credit right. I have a rental property. I'll take the money out of that to get more properties in the meantime. And then we have like a couple rentals. So to have passive income. So right now it's invested. What's not on bills. I'm on a no nail. My husband said you can get your nails. I'm like, nah. He's like, you can get your hair done. I'm like, nah. If you want to give me some money for that, let me put it towards my bills, and then we'll put this money. So we're doing the housing thing. So anything extra I have put away for in the investment. He has his own investment account too, but we have an investment account specifically for real estate. So to get the passive income for that, and I was in ChatGPT. I'm like, okay, I need 17 properties that make a bare minimum of $500 a month to make $100,000 a year. Okay. And of course, some of our properties make more than that, but it's that my money goes into this passive income space, so I can.
You don't save money though.
Save?
Yeah.
No. I have money saved. He saves it. My husband saves a crap ton of money. Like he's a saver. He spends no money. My money is I'm building credit. Trying to get the credit part freedom.
Yeah, we gotta get that right. Okay. I'm gonna say this though before we Dave go. When you don't pay attention. That's the first one. And if you want to go somewhere further, just pay. It's like the easiest formula in the world. If you want to, even like getting to like the goal you got with the real estate stuff. If you were to pay somebody, you would get there probably in a way less time than you may think or feel.
We did. So he was in a mentorship with the real estate before we met. Okay. So all the game he just gives me. Okay. So that's how we learned that. Like he's paid for that space.
All right, making sure.
Okay, all right.
Mentor.
My point on that I could share is, I think many people don't really calculate what they need. We just make money and then pay it out, but we don't have a tight grip on what we need. When I was about to leave my job, I calculated, what is it going to take for me to leave my job and pay rent that next month? And then I'm like, okay, how much do I need to save for the next 6 months if I don't make a dime? I don't plan on not making a dime, but I think if you have 6 months saved and you got money coming in, that should last you at least 18 months. If you have 6 months saved, and you still have some money coming in, I wouldn't have to go back for another 18 months at least. Because it's not like just the 6 months, I'm a spurge of 6 months. Yeah. I still got money coming in, and it'll kind of catch up. A year, if things aren't going good, I'm nervous, but by 18, I should be fine. So I calculated what I needed, and I just wanted to have that. So I wasn't investing in anything because I knew I was going all in on my business. I just needed this amount of money there just to make sure, because building a business with pressure is scary.
It is.
And if you don't have as much pressure, like you'll probably be making more money now than you did when you were selling shoes because you're not worried about the money. Like if you play like poker, you play a lot more scared when you're down to them last couple chips. You're like, I know I got a winning hand.
You do.
I can't bet big. But when you got the chips, it's like, oh, I'm gonna play my hand the way I know how to play it. It's just a lot less pressure. So if you are gonna leave your job, think about that financially. Let's just have something in the tuck and make sure you got some motion before you leave your job, because if you don't have any motion before you leave your job, you think that when you leave your job, you'll have more time. This is true. You'll have more time, but them days get long. And you start running errands. You start washing clothes. And you start going to random meetings because you got more time. Yep. Because if you can't make money while you have your job, you probably aren't going to make any money when you leave your job. Yeah, that's how I look at it.
That's good.
Anybody else before we get off money?
I was just going to say, you move different when you're in a place of want versus in a place of need.
100,000%.
Move
Yeah.
I
different.
feel that right now. Super good.
So like mentorship for y'all who do the mentorship.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I don't believe anybody. And like there's some
Oh, you think everything like cap? Like everybody
so like for
everything
example,
cap.
there's a guy in the healthcare space, and there's like, oh, but I talk to people who really know him, like, nah, he's not really living like that. So I think a lot of which I would ask y'all's opinion is a lot of the things I think about mentorship, people are afraid. Like there was one guy, I never talked to him. I talked to some Asian secretary. So if I'm giving you $25,000, $7,500, I want to talk to the person I want mentoring me. So I think a lot of things that scared me about mentorship, besides, I mean, I know y'all, but is trusting you're really going to get real mentorship opposed to people presenting they're living a life they're not really living.
So
Yeah.
you're not paying into their lifestyle. You're paying for the information that they can teach you to expand and grow your business. So for me, I always do my background on any mentor, right? But then I figure out what I need. And in a mentorship program, if it's a 12-week mentorship program, all 12 weeks won't apply to you where you are in your business right now. But what can I take from this mentorship that can truly help me go to the next level? How can I apply this information? And am I in the space right now to apply this information and execute? I think a lot of times when people sign up for mentorships, they want the results, but they don't want to go through the process. They don't want to do the work. And then a lot of times they buy into the lifestyle. They want the Lamborghinis, they want the Rolex, they want the watches, but it's like this is the process that I went through to get these things. And I think that's where a lot of people mess up when it comes to mentorship.
Well, to your point about it not being cookie cutter, so I'll ask you. So, like, there's programs you can buy with people, and they just give you this PowerPoint. And like you say, if that doesn't specifically apply to me, like, how are you weeding out those people? Like, Shmi can say, here, Amanda, buy my program, and he just sends me a PowerPoint and some videos he recorded on YouTube. And I'm like, none of this applies to me or how I move.
Gotcha.
So why would I pay? Why do I pay for that?
I think it's a two-part to this. The people who's paying for mentorship, you have to get clear at what you want to and want to get and what your focus is, because this is what I'm seeing too. And then they're calling people bad mentors or they're not that good. It's a person that can come in and want mentorship and they just want you to mentor them because they see you being successful.
Right.
So some people tried to come to me and I had to turn down. They like, man, I want to build this real estate business. I want to build this whole brand around real estate. I see you got some real estate and storage facilities. I want to get mentored by you. You're a millionaire. I want to be a millionaire just like you. I was like, all right, bro, I don't teach real estate. So you getting mentored by me, that's not going to help you at all. Because when you get in here, I'm not going to talk about nothing about real estate. You're going to be like,
Right.
you're going to be like, man, he ain't teaching me the real estate stuff. He was capping about the real estate stuff. I never told you I was going to teach you that, but you felt like I'm a millionaire. I have real estate. Your goal is real estate. You think you're going to pay me for mentorship because I'm a millionaire. No, you have to get a focus of what do you want to learn specifically. And then you got to get a mentor in that field of business that you want to get into and then pay that person who teaches that specific thing. That's one thing. The second thing is how to dive. This is how I decipher the people that are capped and people that are real on the internet. It's kind of easy to me, but I see it's harder for others that had not been in the space or not understood it. It's certain things you can't cap, okay? If I get on the internet and I say, hey, I got a big podcast and then I got all these views and stuff like that. If I go to David Shan's podcast and I look at, he's been podcasting for how long, I can see that with my own eyes. He can say one thing, but I can just go see it with my own eyes. How many episodes have David Shan's done? How many views has he distributed to this YouTube platform? How many podcast episodes has he did that he said he could teach me this thing? And then if I go down, he got 10,000 videos of YouTube.
Right.
He can't cap that to me that
No.
if he go on the internet and say, I got 10,000 videos I did in podcasts, I know this stuff like the back of my hand, versus somebody that say, I got 10,000 experiences, and then there is no backing that I can see with my own eyes. That is flabbergasted. You could be capping, you could be telling the truth, but it's cloudy. This is definite. You know what I mean? So like for me, if I teach somebody how to get funded $100K, all right, I can log into I can show you lively, logging into my accounts, showing you that I got over $500,000 in funding. And you can see that with your own eyes. You can't cap that. If I say that I invest into a storage facility, I got a storage facility that says Smith's Storage Facility. You can go pull up to it. Like, you can go pull up to it with your own car, touch it, pull up the address, see if it's real. if I say it, then it could be cloudy, right? But if you can actually go and drive up to it, touch it, it's real. And it's like you can decipher the cap, do that. And then also the last one I'll say is testimonials is a good one I like to do too. People that post testimonials, some of it could be cloudy and might be real, right? But if I DM that person, right, and and this person is this person who he helped, that they say, and they tag them and say, hey, usually people that's caps do screenshots and they don't tag people. All right, that's one thing they like to do on the internet. They don't tag people, and they do a lot of screenshotting. Oh, I did this screenshot. Okay, cool. That's cool. Now, me personally, I do certain marketing tactics on purpose. I tag my people who I've helped, and I do live views of logging into accounts when you say that a result happened or I got a result. But you can't cap certain things like me logging into my bank account. And me showing you over the last 12 months, I made $400,000 for the last 12 months, and I logged in with my business name, my business account, made $400,000, and you can see how much I spent in each month and how much I netted. You get what I'm saying? It's like, if I say that I can help you make an X amount of dollars in this field because I did this X amount in this field, not saying that you're going to make the same amount of money that I make, but I'm going to give you the framework and the tools and resources of what I did, and I'm logging into my account with you're seeing it with your own eyes. You can't cap that. So I easily can decipher when it comes to people on the internet saying certain things, you know what I mean? And,
but I think that might be the disconnect for a lot of us who are still working is you get, I don't call it scammed, like you're very not pessimistic or unsure, but those are really, really good points. Knowing what you want is super, super good. Like the I'm doing real estate, but that's not what you teach is good. And then trying to go back and actually find the real views. Like people are like, oh, they got 1 million followers, but their reels are doing like 500. Like I know that's important, but I think that's probably a lot of disconnect for all of us that are who are working, who are still trying to get it out the mud. Is how do I find the right, honest mentor?
So intention is super important, like you mentioned. Sometimes you need to pay to get in a room just so you're paying for your new friends. I pay for friends all the time. I pay for friends all the time. I've spent $60,000 this year for friends.
Pay to play.
Pay to play, you know. There's a mentorship I just joined just recently, $30,000, but the people in that room are my people. They're my clients. So I'm in the room now. Mind you, I'm going to get value from the coach, all of that. But the real play is who's in that room that's going to help me and be my client base as well. And so that's what I look at when I get into mentorship is who else is in the room. There's someone's, I was going to join someone's mentorship. And then I said, well, can I just come into the community? I just want one day in the community and see who's in there. And so I looked and I said, yeah, these not my people. These not my people. So you're not my coach. Because you're not coaching my people. And so I know that might sound bad in a way, but I mean, I need a way to be able to get my money back out of this mentorship. Okay. And through that is I sell a very simple product that most people need. Okay. And so if I can market myself to some of these people, not in an aggressive way, but just through adding value. I add value in the morning meetup all the time. I actually think that that's why I'm here right now. It's because I add value in the morning meetup the way I do. But of course, I'm going to lead with value, and they're going to see who I am and want to be able to work with me, and then be able to create relationships that way. So
that's good. I had a question in the chat. Aisha really means life said, do either of you have expertise or focus on coaching professionals build their business? It's hard to find someone who knows how to help me build my law firm. It seems very niche. And if anybody here, or how you can teach or how to find someone coaching professionals, which I find is kind of different. Maybe. Not really. I don't know.
People coach for everything nowadays. I'm gonna be honest. People got a big brand around coaching and I heard somebody teach people how to build doors, like how to take care of kids. Like they got mentorship for everything. I believe it's out there. I don't know personally, but I know I'll say this. If everybody could find a way to add a digital component to their business model, whatever industry that they're in, they're going to be able to create an extra stream of revenue for themselves and be able to, if they take it serious, be able to make just as much money as you are doing the thing or in some type of way or form. If you could formulate some type of digital side to it, whatever you're doing. It don't matter what industry you're in. I believe that it can help you bring more revenue to the business. So there's something to think about and look at. But I don't know about helping them specifically, but that's one thing that person could do.
Is it okay for me to drop a name for her? Okay, so the mentorship I literally just joined, sounds like it would be perfect for her, which is Ashley Kirkwood's. Ashley Kirkwood is a phenomenal coach, and she is an attorney herself. So, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Reach out
She
to
was
Ashley.
actually on the.
She's dope.
She's super
a
dope.
dope human being. Let me ask you this question: how does financial success feel now compared to when you weren't this up? How does it feel? Different? The same? Let's start with you.
I don't think I'm at a space where I feel like I'm financially successful yet.
What?
Yeah.
What's okay from one of your programs or like you've done a webinar challenge, something like that?
Yeah, I've done a couple.
What's the most that you brought in?
We've done 6-figure challenges. Yeah, several 6-figure challenges.
You were making $70,000 a year,
and I still don't.
and you had to work the whole year.
To me, it's 70,000.
In this scenario, in a week's time frame, you can make a 6-figure.
You're right, but I still don't feel like I am successful. I still feel like there's so much more that I can do, and I think I measure my success a little different. Not by the amount of money that I'm making, but by the impact that I'm making. My impact, I lead with my impact, and that's to teach entrepreneurs how to get access to grant funding. And so there's so many entrepreneurs. There's millions that go unclaimed every single year. And I don't feel like I am doing what I'm supposed to do if I lead with the dollar amount that I'm making and not how much money I'm pouring back into my community. So.
You so up, though.
Right. She's so up.
I mean, very political answer. Thank you,
but
Obama.
then you got to look at my brother
Coach
who
K.
just made $10 million, and I'm like, I want that. I want that for me. I work just as hard as my brother, you know. So,
for sure.
I just
So you don't feel any different.
I don't feel any different. I don't feel any different.
Wait, from 70,000 to now?
I really don't feel any different because I feel like there's so much more. Now there are some
I get
things that
that.
I've done and some like I retired my mom, so that's different, right? So that's different. I won't.
That's a
I
part,
won't look.
part of the feeling good.
That's a good feeling, but my mom still has a mortgage, so now we're working on paying this mortgage off. Like I retired her, she works for me because I needed her with the baby, but there's still so many things that I got to cross off before I feel like job well done. I still feel like job well done. I'm not going to discredit what I'm doing because I'm doing some amazing things and I work really hard, but there's still so much more.
Smitty, how you feel?
At the space I'm in right now, I feel good.
You
man.
popping it, bro.
Right.
I like.
Smitty pops, bro. Smitty, well,
He
let
tried
you
to
know,
say so hard.
I am up.
Right. Exactly.
I was flipping sneakers and so fake Air Force Ones. I am up right now.
Oh, man.
I feel like I had a Coach K moment though. He was like, "Man, so you don't do you ain't never been in no mentorship." I'm like, okay, let me go. Like, dang, I feel you. I feel you on that. Oh, you ain't got enough followers. Like, that's why you ain't successful now. That's what I heard him say.
You know that's what. See, now you know that's what he said.
That's my style of coaching, though, to get on you a little bit, to make you push you to
for
do
sure.
it. That's my style of coaching. But truthfully, I'm in my era right now, man. I feel great. And I feel free. Like, there is no stress level when it comes to money in any type of way or form no more.
But you remember the stress.
I do remember the stress. I remember both sides. But that, like, people think it's at first it was the money that I loved it. I'm like, man, I'm making money. I was just lit. I just love that I can buy stuff. I can love that I can do whatever I want and all this. Then it turned into like, well, dang, I'm really free now. The things that I can sit down and just have my thoughts be just free. I don't have to be stressed about things. I don't gotta be stressed. I don't know when my mortgage come out. I don't know when my car note come out. I don't know when these things come out. So it's like, cause I'm not even worried about it. You know what I mean? It's like, but it makes me so free. Retiring my mom too, taking custody of my daughters in my house, like buying my dream house and all these different things. It's like I accomplished so many things that I never thought I'd be able to accomplish in my life. I'd just be happy. You know what I mean? But then now I'm feeling really free. Like that's what I could just say. Like the freedom feeling is better than just making the money. Like me being truly free, not like fake free, but like truly desirably free. Did everything that I wanted to do and continuously doing whenever I feel like I wanted
Try to describe a little more detail of what freedom looks like, because some people don't know.
Yeah.
You hear it, but what is it emotionally? How does it feel?
just the feeling of being able to do whatever it is that you want, whenever you want, and not just what you can, is like the main thing I feel like it is. But I kind of said it before, but it's like being able to sit down and not be able to worry about anything. The difference between, like what you said it kind of earlier, like a person that's trying to grow and trying to build and trying to do these things got a whole different stress level, a whole different worry level of like having to be stressed out about, if I don't make this happen, then I'm gonna be broke, or I'm gonna be back. I'm not gonna be able to put my mortgage. I'm not gonna be able to pay a car note. I'm not gonna be able to take care of my kids. That stress level is a whole thing in people's head that I know is draining them or getting them upset. Those type of things I don't have to ever worry about ever. So the freedom that I have to be able to just live life every day as if I don't have to do anything if I don't want to. You know what I mean? I think that's a part of it. But I think the main part about it is just like the sitting down, and I can focus now because I don't have those stress levels. My mom is good. My kids are good. My rent is good. My car is the best car in the world. I got all these different things. Best house. Like, I don't have to worry about none of those things now. Now I can just focus. And everything is clear. I could be able to be in my element. I could be able to buy whatever I want desirably, monetarily too. So like, just every area of your life literally is like free. There is no thing that's capped or keeping you in a cage or keeping you stuck on anything. You can do whatever you want, be whatever you want, and just go into your element or whatever you want to do. It's like the best feeling in the world. I think that's literally like the best feeling in the world. Money is cool and it's amazing, but the freedom part is like, that's the best feeling to ever have in life, I think. Like being free, man. Nobody can never tell you what not to do.
That's dope.
How you feel?
I'm the entrepreneur that's in the stress. So let's be clear, okay? Ain't gonna be no capping up in here.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I am, and I'm looking at Coach K and David Shands and Smitty and aspiring to be there. And the thing that they all three of them have that me as an entrepreneur, it's something has not turned on yet, is that consistency of the marketing always being in someone's face. But I'm going to tell you, I'm always working in my business though. That's the crazy part. Like, how are you so in your business? You got your husband on the side, you know what I'm saying? Like, literally on the side.
Business.
Right. Exactly. The business and the husband on the side.
Real, this is a safe space.
For real. Okay. Don't y'all eat me in the comments. But no, seriously, like, I'm all in this business, and there's a lot that you have to give up. There's just a lot that you give up, and you have all of these worries, and you have all of these concerns, and but yeah, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep moving, but we're going to start doing all of the right activities. So anyone that is new to entrepreneurship, sometimes you're going to find yourself being really stuck in the wrong places, just concentrating on the wrong thing, and you're going to think that this thing doesn't work. Versus leveraging free tools like social media that you told me about, and to go really hard on. And so next time you see me on the show, you can ask me that question again and see what that looks like. But gotcha. I find myself being so busy in my business that I worked myself to loneliness. I just turned 50 this year, and my girlfriends, they'll call and say, hey, you want to do something? You want to go to brunch? You want to do? And it's always like, I'm busy. This mentorship got something going on. This one got something. I'm busy doing whatever. And so it came to my birthday, and there was nothing. There was no one saying, hey, girl, what we going to do?
Oh, wow.
We chilling. It's like you had no time for us all year round. But now all of a sudden you ready? You free? So my husband gave me some money for me to go to Cancun. I went to Cancun by myself for a week for my 50th birthday. I was alone. Wow. And so that's a part of the entrepreneurship that I think some people may not actually talk about.
I mean, that's a heavy story. Are you able to describe the feeling?
Outside of being lonely?
Yes, well, you're by yourself, but are you able to, like, detail how you feel. A lot of times with feelings, I can't really describe the feeling, and it's hard for me to even talk about it. But,
It just felt really heavy. It was a lot of confusion. It really was confused because it's like, wait a minute, I'm Auntie Shaky. People love to be around me, but these aren't my friends. You know what I'm saying? These are people that I actually network with, and so it became like my friends. I've known my friends for over 30 years, and to know that I'm no longer invited, like there's a separate group chat without me. I created the group chat. Wait a minute, what happened? I created the group chat, and there's a separate group chat without me, because I'm too busy trying to be in front of all of these other people that I think are going to help me move my business along, instead of knowing that these relationships that I've already created, the people that already love me for real, for who I am, they just wanted a little bit of time. They just wanted to break bread. And I didn't have time to break bread.
man,
So it really opened me up. And I what I do know is that I don't want to be an entrepreneur that is alone with no friends and unmarried. I don't want that. I'm not interested in that. But I also need to find that balance of how do I become this mogul of sorts? Because it's different for a man. You got somebody to cook and clean for you. I'm not asking Mr. Webster to cook and clean for me. It's different. And I guess I can ask you, like, how do you balance it all?
No. So I appreciate you for sharing your story, because I'm going through something very similar right now. One of my closest friends literally called me and was like, "You're selfish." And we just got to end this relationship.
wow.
So, and I'm in a selfish season, right?
Yeah.
I'm working, I'm trying to grow this business, and we're making all of this money. And you ask how it feels. I don't know how it feels. I don't feel a difference, because somebody that I thought would be, that hurt me more than a breakup, a relationship breakup,
Yep. Yep.
And my birthday, I end up doing nothing for my birthday. Because the people I thought were closest to me, I felt like should celebrate me, but I haven't shown up for them all year. So it's very, I appreciate you I've never talked about that. So I appreciate you for being vulnerable and sharing that, because I can definitely relate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are conversations people really don't have.
They don't
And
know.
I definitely,
Good, that's
I know
good,
I've
man.
been excluded from some group chats over there. I just don't. I'm not. You don't go to the bar to just hang out anymore. It's
Right.
like, what are we doing?
What are we
here?
doing?
Yeah.
When those are the friends that you came up with, and I don't know if it's something wrong with it because you're no longer interested in it, but do you just do that even though that's not what you into? Like, how? It's hard to explain.
That's my
man.
struggle. Like, I feel like I said last year, literally it looks like I'll be out, but it's not. Last year I was everywhere with everybody. Then it's kind of say out of sight, out of mind. You're not in people's faces, and then but we have those days where you do want, like you said, maybe it's a woman thing. Maybe it's because we're emotionally connected to these type of things, and men necessarily aren't. And sometimes I don't even want friends, but when I want them, I want them. And I'm not
hard.
That's
so true. That's so real.
If we're friends and you're busy, I'm busy, we're moms, we're handling business. Me as a person, if I don't talk to you for 6 months, that's cool. But when you call me, I'm on the way.
Yeah.
I respect that. I don't know if people who don't, and I don't know your friends, and I'm not judging anybody, but I don't know if people who don't live a similar lifestyle can really grasp what you're going through. Because sometimes I have one friend, I love her. If I will give her a kidney, but I don't have the mental capacity to be there for her all the time, because I'm trying to figure out this, balance the kids, balance work. But she's like, Amanda, you never pick up the phone. I'm like, and I'll be on Instagram, but you're on Instagram. Baby, I can't talk to you right now. I can't talk to nobody. I shut the door on my kids. But then, so when I come out of my show, I'm like, okay, friends, come on, let's get together. But like you said, they're kind of doing their thing. And I wish people didn't take it so personal, especially as women. We take it so personal, but I don't take it personal, I guess, because I know what it's like to be busy. If I call you, can't come on, I'm not mad at you. Handle your business. Call me when you need me. And then I know sometimes my friends will need me and I won't text back or I won't show up, which is, I don't think it's selfish. People don't understand the mental toll you have on yourself. I'm not trying to show up, but I need time for me. I can't even be a good friend to you if I'm not right in the head. Mm-hmm. But like my friends aren't trying to build businesses. A lot of my friends are single. Yep. I don't do a lot of single girl things. Like a lot of my friends don't have kids, so they don't share the same stress to be able to be empathetic. I guess you could say.
That makes sense. But truthfully, you don't want me to come because I'm gonna be on my phone the whole time. You don't want me to come. I'm gonna have to. Like, hold on, let me put this in the community real quick, y'all. Just one second. You don't want me to come.
I have a homegirl on FaceTime. I just have the phone number here, sit right here. And I'm eventually she hung up, but I'm like, look, let me handle this real quick. But you can be here, but I can't. I'm trying to be there, but it's different when you're building.
I have learned that, and also have taught a lot of my friends, like, okay, when I answer the phone, okay, don't just go in. Ask me, do I have the mental capacity to go through whatever you're about to say to me? And then if I say yes, go. If I say no, okay, we'll talk later. But
mine's a little different. I can't talk to certain people at a certain capacity no more because of the level that I am now. The things that I talk about it's probably uncomfortable for them to talk about. So like, I would be like, I had to catch myself from stop doing this. I would call somebody and I would stress to them how I didn't make $500,000 this month.
And they like, I ain't make 500.
Yeah,
right.
And then I had to catch myself like, whoa. And I can tell just the responses is like, and I'm like, my bad. You know what I mean? I don't want to put that on you, but this is my conversation in my everyday life. So I'm thinking it's normal on my brain. This is what I want to talk about. And they like, bruh, I barely making my money to pay my rent this month. Yeah. And you talking about you mad you didn't make 500 something thousand, but you made $400 something thousand this month. Yeah. I need help. And you talking about something, you know what I mean? And so like, then it comes into like, asking for money and things like that because you need help. I just came to talk to you as a regular conversation about what's going on in life. It turns into you asking me money because you stressed out about that and I'm having a conversation with you. So I can't even have that conversation with you no more because you might be asking me for money. And I'm a type of person, like, I don't just give people money. Mm-hmm. I teach you a skill set that you can fish forever with to go get your own money. Mm-hmm. And I feel better doing that than just giving me money because it's just handicap you to keep asking me for money. Right. So I can't have certain conversations with people. I had to stop myself from talking to certain people about certain things. And that's hard because I'm just trying to be a regular person and just fluently talk. Yeah. But I can't. So I can't call certain people about certain conversations. But sometimes it make me not able to call them at all because my conversation is going to be about those type of things. So it's like a little different little space for me a little bit when it comes to like talking to old friends and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get a lot of those must be nice people. Like, I don't be at work. Oh, must be nice. I'm like, babe, I'm over here mentally struggling. You talking about must be nice.
Come on, somebody. Okay.
I'm like, and then the same thing. You could, if you don't want to work, then do what I do to not go to work. But you have to be. I don't even deal with the must be nice people or the those like. Them Pradas. Must be nice, Schmitty. Like, you have to keep them folks away from you because eventually they'll ask you for money. Then you feel bad, or they're secretly envious, and then people will pray against you and try to bring you. You do have to watch your circle. That's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I watched that with my wife. Just certain friends. It's like, bro, they think that she's living the life because she ain't got to work, and bro, I be stressing her out. That's right. You know what I mean? Then she got the kids. You know what I mean?
Forcing
like,
her to make your lunch.
Oh,
right.
Okay. She didn't make my lunch today, and I didn't say nothing. She's like, I'm tired. You deserve the respite. It's okay. Lastly, I do want to round this out, which is a perfect segue into romantic relationships.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh yeah, we're gonna start with you. It's kind of funny how when I met my wife, she worked, and I'm kind of building my business, but it got to a point where she didn't have to work, and I told her that she didn't have to work, and she really struggled with that because she grew up with the ideology: you don't let a man take care of you, you always have your own. So it took her a real long time to leave. And when she finally did leave, she left for a little while and then went back and got a job. And it wasn't about needing some money, but I said something I think I said something. Me being me, just being funny. Something about a homemaker or something like that. Or it wasn't. All right, y'all.
Dave.
I'm trying to figure out. I don't know how I said it, but it was in a joking David Shands kind of way. And she said, homemaker. I'm not just no housewife. I don't just clean. I'm like, that's not what I was saying. She went back and got a job.
Wow.
Because she felt like and this is what she shared with me, she felt like she lost her independence. And when she went back and got a job, that didn't last long. She was like, all right, I'm out of here. I already tasted this.
I don't
freedom.
have to put up with this.
Y'all talking crazy. First off, I ain't got to be here. So,
Right, know your voice when you talk.
Lower your tone.
but I think it is it's something to be said about this balance of I'm building a business and building this part of my life which is sacred and special that maybe we don't give enough attention to or enough personal development to, because we take our personal development and apply it to business, but it doesn't always translate to the relationship space. So to get this conversation off of me, Auntie Shaky.
So I think my journey was a little bit different. So I've been married now for 21 years, and
Congratulations.
y'all go ahead, clap it up.
Yeah. Amazing.
No, no.
That's not easy. That's good.
So yeah, but when I married my husband, I married a man that I didn't love. I asked him to marry me because I knew he was a person of means, and I
You asked
knew
him to
that
marry
he
you?
would. Yep.
On a knee or no? Just
No, over the phone. I said,
God, for
"What
sure.
you think about getting married?" And he
Oh,
was
I
like,
love
"Oh, okay." I was like, "Cool."
He's like,
Unorthodox. Unorthodox. Different.
ready.
We hadn't dated. We had never. He was just a guy that I used to work with. Very smart guy. I knew he was going to be extremely successful. And so I was like, okay, so listen here. I got this child, and it's me. You gonna be able to take care of us or no? And so it was basically like that. And so he was like,
This-
cut it.
Right now.
Eddie, your thoughts?
I gotta let her finish.
She's gonna finish the story, but what are your thoughts?
Yo, Auntie Shaky, this is crazy. I think this is unorthodoxly crazy. It's like this is a different way that I never heard. No, I not never heard, but like barely. No, women never speak on it from this aspect. It's always like trying to keep that as a secret. The way she did it. Did you really like?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, here's the rules. I have this baby.
You told him to marry you off being a friend of work. You didn't date him, and you asked him to marry you, and you tell him to take care of you, and you asked him could he take care of you, and he said yes.
He said yes.
And then you've been here with him 20 years.
21
I would
years.
never in my life expect that type of
Dynamic.
Yeah.
would happen in that manner. That's different.
Other cultures set up marriages all the time. It's us who make it complicated. We trying to marry for love. Love don't last.
Well, here's the thing, though.
We're going to get there. Hold on for that.
this is a topic.
Don't
You
go
know
there.
this is a
Hold on to
topic.
that. I'm going to write down what you said so I can quote you. And I quote, love don't last. Auntie Shaky, go for it.
But love has nothing to do with it, which is the reason why I felt comfortable getting married in that way. And so getting married, like who you marry is the biggest investment you're ever going to make in your entire life. And so I am not only a domestic investor, but also an international investor. And every single investment I've ever made, I've never looked at that piece of property and said, you know what? This is really cute. Oh, I love the way it makes me laugh. Like I've never bought an investment like that. I've always bet, what's the ROI? What's the rate of return on this? What is this going to give me? And that's what I did when I looked at him. He's from good stock. Both his parents still together.
Good stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Grab his muscle and you good?
right.
Exactly. Okay, let me see that. We can procreate.
That part. And so that was a great investment. And so we eventually, fell in love and, stuff like that. But it was difficult for me because I know how I went into it. I went into it with this arrangement of take care of me. And so I think that that's always in the back of my mind to be able to do so. And it wasn't from a loving space. But now we're in this loving space. And so getting my mindset to transition in that way has been difficult. And so, my business is number one right now. And I hate that for him. I love it for me, but I hate that for him because he deserves so much more. And so I'm not the expert at this, but you asked the question.
No.
So, and I'm answering it.
These are the conversations that need to be had. You know what? I'm going to wait on that. Okay, I'm going to let that go for a second. Smitty, you said something publicly, and I don't know if you can still talk about it on a live with Kendra G. Are you able to talk about this?
Shams, man. You want to talk about this?
Is it not healthy? Is it not healthy to talk about?
I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, we
probably
not too
Okay, all right, cool,
not too shabby.
Okay, so when we look at how has your business affected your love life, for better or worse?
Yeah. Before I start, I gotta say, touch on her. I would have absolutely said no to Auntie Shaky if I was him. I don't know how he said yes in all the capacity of what she just said.
On, man. Look,
I would have said
Wait,
no.
right, exactly.
I would have said no. I wouldn't have thought about it a little bit. I said no. I'm not doing this with you. Somebody got to show me they love me for me first before I even talk to them. I can take care of you.
But that's interesting though, because
That's crazy.
Listen, here's the thing: love is a new concept. That's a Western civilization type thought. Most people in America, not in America, but in this world, are together based off of arranged marriages.
I never do that. Maybe I'm new school.
You definitely new school. But most of them is, okay, I got this cattle over here and we got this silver over here. These two families come together and we create something great. Like that's literally what this was. Well, I didn't bring a whole lot to the table other than me. But
Cattle.
no cattle.
What was the question? Does it change?
We can procreate real good. You know what I mean?
And I didn't give them no babies either. But no, it's okay. All right.
Oh gosh, man, this is fun. Okay, so how has it improved your love life, that area of your life, relationship total, with this newfound success?
You said how has it improved?
For better or worse, how has it affected?
Yeah, so I think it is easier that I have the money part. I think it makes some things easier, but then again, it's still not easy. So as I just been thinking about this the last even like 2 months. It's like this is hard actually. I thought this would be a lot easier than I thought. I thought it was gonna be like once you get over a few humps, once you figure a couple things out, this is gonna be a little smooth and easy. Just because y'all are smooth and easy doesn't mean it's easy. It's a lot of hard things when it comes to just relationship stuff, and I'm just learning so much because this is my first time ever doing this, especially publicly, especially for this long. I have never did this in my life, so this is my first time, and I'm learning a lot doing this process. And I just thought it would be different, and it's not. It's harder. It's actually hard to me. It's hard. I don't know about everybody else, but it's hard, man. Like balancing the kids, balancing making sure she's happy, balancing she's the right one for you, balancing. So I had a situation where she was making a lot of money already before she came to me. So I was happy about that. That it wasn't for like you had your own thing, you got your own money type of thing. So you coming over here, it's cool. It's just like a value add. It ain't about just for the money thing. I had to figure it out because that was hard too. Find a woman that didn't worry about the money. You know what I mean? Because I was like, man, all these women care about this money stuff. It's hard trying to find a good woman. But I found somebody who had their own money, so that didn't matter. You know, so it was just us. But the balance between the kid, the woman, the business, the family, and even like my mom, you know what I mean, my grandma, and all these different things. This stuff is not easy. It's so hard. Like, and then my mentality in business is to go all in. And now I'm trying to get to $1 million a month. Takes another extra load of me. So like it's hard trying to be a good dad. It's hard trying to be a good boyfriend. It's hard trying to be a good family member, son, brother, cousin, and then especially that you're growing this big brand. And it's like now they all, you know, are so happy for you, but at the same time, this is still your family, so they want to be a part. They want to see you. They want to talk to you, call you, text you, and it's so hard that it can balance all these different things. It's just like, God dang, how do we do a good balance of this. And it's not no balance. I just can't figure out no way to balance none of this stuff to do what I'm trying to do and be the best dad and be the best brother. So like I figured I'm finding out that it's hard. That's what I just wanted to, my point is this stuff is hard, man. It's not easy at all. Even though it's not nothing like confrontational going on, like arguing or anything of that. It's smooth in that area. But like as for me to everything, it's hard, man. I'm trying to market my business. I got help people make money and mental capacity of their life. You know what I mean? Because I'm coaching them, and then I gotta mentor my kids, make sure that I'm raising them right. I gotta helping my spouse and making sure she's right on things. It's just like, man, it's hard, man. So I just think it's harder than I thought. I thought it was gonna be easy because I got a lot of money. So I can take care of everything. So whatever we need, I'm taking care of it. We gonna be good, and it kind of is like that. But then there's certain parts that money don't come in parts. That's hard. You know what I mean? And
That's good.
Think about
I'm
back
learning.
in the day, man. Not back in the day, but before you even had to think about staff and team and building a business and making more in your brand and all that kind of stuff. Well, I know when I was working at a job, the whole goal after work was try to find something. I mean, how much? What other stuff was we thinking about, bro? You building, you at work after work. It's like, yo, where low vibes at? We going to the club. Or if you have somebody in that space, I'm looking to see you after work. So it's like my brain is on this area of my life. Now I might want to make some more money. I might want to build something, things of that nature, but it was easier to give that person more time, energy, and thought. But now it is, kind of unfair because in this particular aspect where my wife has to compete with all of the stuff I got going on. You got to compete. I'm not just thinking about you. So if I'm at work, when I'm working at the Cheesecake Factory and I was dating somebody, pull out my phone, hey, what you got going on?
Yeah.
What you doing? You straight? All right. What's for dinner tonight? You know what I mean? Like you're having these conversations, but when I'm going throughout the day, I'm not even thinking. Now my wife texts me, I'll text her back, but it's not forefront of my mind.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes it a challenge, man. So we're having this conversation with people that I want to be this big. We're giving you the warnings of things you need to consider. So you don't never talk about your. I ain't even ever see you pop out with nobody.
At big events, he'll like invest fest and things like that. If I have a really big my conference and stuff like that, I'll let him come.
That's intentional though.
He probably thought he was security.
Yeah, it's intentional. He can be a little. He's very protective of me. Very, very, very protective. So the right person, the wrong person coming up to like hug or he like who it, so it can come off a little. Yeah. So we let him come to
Wow, but is he an entrepreneur as well?
He is an entrepreneur as well.
Okay. So how does that work?
It can be a little challenging sometimes, right? Because he needs help and support with his business. And most of the time with men, they want the woman to help them. Can you do this paperwork? Can you do this? Can you help me get grants? Can you help me? And it's like, wait a minute, I got all these other people I got to help too. You got to hold on. So that can be challenging, but I'm so used to being the CEO and so used to being in charge that sometimes it's hard for me to kind of sit back and let him do what he should be or what he does, what he naturally does. So I think that's the biggest challenge for me because I'm always like, go, go, go. I'm always in charge. I'm always making the decisions. So having somebody to come in and say, I got it, is kind of different for me because it's always been me.
Is it hard to turn that switch off from Coach K to this person's person?
It is. It's definitely hard to turn it off. I'm always Coach K mode, and he'll definitely be like, Jaquina. Like most people call me Quina, either Coach K. So when somebody puts the J in front of my name, I know they're serious. So I'm like, oh, okay, my bad. What we got to do? And so
when you get home or you're around him, or do you take off the cape and do you intentionally put on the proverbial apron, and are you more like submissive? Are you like, how does that work?
It's easy. It's a little easier for me because we don't live together and we live in two different states. So when he does come, I mentally know, okay, you gotta it's time to kind of back up a little bit. It's challenging. It is challenging, but I'm already kind of mentally prepared. Like, okay, don't have anything on the calendar. Don't schedule any calls. Like, just kind of ease up just a little bit. But he gives me grace. He's from New York, too, so he has that dominant spirit. He'll give me a check in a second.
I wonder, though, and this could be a group conversation as we wrap up, but is that a false impression, though?
I wouldn't
Because
say.
if y'all are in two different states, when he comes, okay, nothing on the calendar, let me just be a little more. But if y'all were in the same state or living in the same house, it's going to be different. And he might say, hold on. This ain't who I thought I was marrying.
I think it then goes back to what Smitty said. It's hard, right? So it's hard to try to, how do you balance it all? How do you still be a mom? How do you still make sure he's good? So it might be, I wouldn't say false impression, but because he knows how aggressive I am with work. I don't hide that part of me, but it might not be as catering and nurturing. And I think he knows that part too.
Unless they're part of the LAT community.
What's that?
That's living apart together. So there's a whole community.
You do that, Miss Auntie?
No.
First
So
off,
this
how
is
you
getting
know
crazy.
about it?
That sounds
I feel like she about to present one thing. Like, there's this LAT community.
So the LAT community, why is it that I know of? Okay, but the LAT community, Cheryl Lee Ralph, okay, her and her husband, they do this. And so what it is that you're still together, but you just live apart. You just have two separate residents.
Yeah, no. Once
and
we say
y'all
we
come
doing this,
together,
come on.
y'all
come
together?
on.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
come on.
All right.
Come on.
All right,
Yo,
Google
Auntie
it.
shaking you wild right now.
I ain't gonna.
Yeah, I
I'm
feel
shaking
like-
a different
I'm
world right now.
Imagine-
I didn't expect this from her. This is shocking to me.
Imagine you come home like it's just you and your wife. You come home and you start talking like, "Hey, man, I was researching this. What's it called? Where you got like multiple wives? Not that I want that, but I'm saying I've been researching. What I'm saying is you like what? You've been researching. You want to be a part of it? I feel like Auntie Shaky want to be a part of LA.
I respect her for being real, though. I do respect that part,
sure.
but I didn't expect you to be how your answers are. I thought you were the total opposite.
This is
but
me.
I respect the honesty.
I
I
love
love
it.
I love people being honest. Though. So I love that
this
you're still
is
honest.
good.
But I did not expect you to be that way. Like the way that you were going about things, I didn't expect you to be that way.
And I
Let's
talk
be
to her
opposite.
every day on the call, and she doesn't. I'm shocked.
I'm shocked. I'm super shocked right now.
I don't even want to go over here. Right.
You know this is her top. This is
I
her
don't
love
even want to
it.
go here. Okay. Okay. Where are we at in our relationship, love life, as it pertains to the dynamic between you trying to build something, your husband's building something? How are you? You got a lot of dynamics in there, though.
I know, and I think that's why, and I had kids young, I think that's why I feel like I have a lot of experience. But I'm thinking about like what you two say, like the hardness of it. So my husband's an entrepreneur, which is also what prompted me to get into my own space. But like, for example, when I'm signed into all his Gmail account. So I know whenever an invoice comes in or a payment comes in, I can see it. So if I get up and go to work before him and I see him send an invoice, but he hasn't texted me good morning, like my heart melts. Like I'm sad. But he got, like you say, you're just going. You're just handling business, and he does very well with his business. So, but I remember telling him, I was like, all right, look, when I really get my stuff rolling, you're not gonna see me. I need you to be ready for it. I'm gonna need some help with these kids. But so I'm such a lover in nature, and like I say, I am working on being more selfish. I would probably try to meet his needs first. Like if I know that I'm leaving, I would try to like prep. If I'm not gonna be home for dinner, I'll try to prep the food, things like that. It's hard, but I think the biggest part that makes it hard, at least from my early experience of this, is trying to not like overthink and dive in the emotions. Like if he sends out an invoice and he hasn't told me good morning or called me pretty that day, I'm like, did I do something wrong, or he doesn't love me anymore, the relationship's dissolving, or he's too busy for me. And then if I start being, I spin real bad. It used to not be like that honestly lately. Because he's very busy. He's gone all day. But then from his perspective, he's like, Amanda, I give you everything you want. We go on vacation every 3 months. But I'm like, but I want to cuddle. Like he's present but not present. Like we're together, we're having dinner, but he's on the phone sending out invoices. Clients are calling all day long. And that part is kind of hard. I had to learn to not be offended. But then I know some days when I actually am busy, when I'm like managing my employees for my home care business, like I don't text him all day. So I'm starting to see both sides of it. But because I'm emotional, it doesn't stop hurting my feelings. I'm telling it is a pet peeve when an invoice goes out and I'm like, you haven't even told me that you was awake yet. I'm pissed off.
Oh my gosh.
But it hurts my feelings. But even to Auntie's point,
Get over it, man.
I know.
Yeah.
But I think
saying that
Right.
for my boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, you gotta be understanding.
still loves you.
no, I'm for sure understanding. I just think when I guess I don't realize like you guys, you don't. There's not a super emotion. You guys you're a business. You're like you gotta get this money. You gotta get this money, and I guess all he says is like feelings never got you. Don't get me no money. I'm like, but. When I love Auntie's more because I feel like, if you don't mind me asking, when you decided to go to your marriage, how old were you when you asked him, told him that you want to get married?
29.
Oh, okay. That's pretty young.
Crazy.
I just feel like when you start living enough life, it's like, I'm not marrying you for love anymore. Like I was talking to a guy in a barbershop when I was getting my son's haircut, and he was telling me like I don't want to call them the wrong thing, but like the Indian culture there, marriages are arranged. Like you said, you have a good family, I have a good family. We're gonna come together, so we're not poor and struggling. So like my life experience, like I'm all lovey-dovey now. If for God forbid something happened and I had to remarry, honey, we're background checking because you don't love each other every day. And then when you get busy in the business, like you could be a little selfish, you have to be a little neglectful. It's hard to balance it all. I just think it takes a lot of open-mindedness and understanding.
One thing I love, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. One thing I love when I come to Atlanta, I get to see that you can't have it both. Right? So you see so many male and female successful entrepreneurs that are married, and David and his wife and Neo and B and Mr. 2 Weeks and Mrs. 2 Weeks and him and her 500. So you get to see it, and that's what I love about coming to Atlanta. Like you can see the success.
You moving here, Coach K? You here all the time? You moving here?
No, never.
I thought you lived here.
Yeah,
I
she
didn't
lived
live
here
She
too.
won't
I'm like,
move
where does
here.
she?
I live in
This is the
Nashville.
only person I can't convince to move here.
You're not
It's
gonna
throwing
move
me
here?
off.
Never.
Why you say
She's
never?
in Tennessee,
No.
Dave.
So this for me
You're
when
around
I
the
come
corner.
when I come
Literally.
to I know it's a 45-minute flight. When I come to Atlanta, it's go time. It's work. It's lock in. I got speaking engagements, podcasts, or whatever, and I get to go to Nashville and just kind of woosah a little bit and do my virtual classes from behind the scenes. Y'all too busy. Y'all, it's too much. It's too much.
I thought you lived here.
No.
I want to live here because she's always here.
Wow.
And one thing I noticed too with the entrepreneur stuff is to date an entrepreneur. Not for everybody, but I felt it became easier to date somebody that's entrepreneur minded, so they can be more understanding. In your situation, when I was talking to somebody who wasn't entrepreneur minded, they didn't understand those little things like that. So they're like, "Man, you keep doing all this." It's like, "Dang, I'm just trying to build a business." But you're taking it the wrong way because you've never been an entrepreneur before in your life. You never had a successful business. So you don't understand what it's like to be really, truly busy. Because some people say, I'm busy. That's like, could be fake busy. But like when you truly making millions of dollars, you are truly busy for hours at a time. And it's like, it's hard to get somebody else to understand that. And I think if the girl was never an entrepreneur, it'll be hard for get her to understand certain things that we do in our life.
I couldn't, because if you're an entrepreneur and I'm an entrepreneur, who's going to watch these kids?
Facts.
No. I said you've been an entrepreneur before. It's like, okay, so the person can't just like want to be a full-out entrepreneur. But so, like in my situation, this is what I did. In my situation, she used to be a self-employed entrepreneur, so she's transitioning into being in her element now. But her mindset understands what I'm going through and what mode I'm in. So she's very understanding in every aspect of my business. She know I got to go speaking engagements. She know I got to go to events. She know I got to be on my computer. She know I got calls. She know I got these things. So her understanding level is on 1,000.
Yeah.
She like, man, I get it. I was doing that thing. So I know you're telling the truth about, you may forgot about telling me good morning. You may forgot about saying I'm pretty today, but you were sending invoices out. When I seen your eye open, as soon as you open your eye, you sent the invoice out there.
I
but
seen
you
your
ain't
heart
go-
on somebody's Instagram, but you ain't tell me I was pretty, so
Yes.
I got
Yeah, so, but she's very, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Okay.
But I think
That's different.
But even that,
I'll be in
like,
trouble.
What's happening here?
That's crazy. Bro.
dealing with entrepreneurs that have to deal with female and male is you have to have somebody understanding too. It looks like he goes to people's houses. He went to a house today. The lady came to the house with a robe on, but I have to be like, okay, it's okay. He not finna sleep with this girl, a unit he finna fix. But I'm telling you, the way that he tells me women come to the door, I'm like, you ain't. And he fixed my furnace. So we met. I'm like, I don't know about this entrepreneur
man.
business.
Fixed a little more than the furnace.
David knows the story.
Right, exactly.
All right, man. Thank y'all for coming. To the show. I am not about to harp on this because you came and fixed my joint too. So I got you, man. We're going to move on. Man, thank y'all for coming. This was an incredible conversation. And we need to have more around the transparent conversations around entrepreneurship because it's not as sweet as we even make it seem, because we only posting the highlights. We're not posting when we go home and you got this friction and saying, yo, I can't manage this stuff, right? We don't post that stuff, you know what I mean? But I think these conversations are very important. Hopefully you are inspired and to go build something, or you're inspired to just go home. Be like, yo, we're not doing a board game. I'm going to be the best wife that I could be. And I'm going to love on you. And we're just going to do this. And we're going to build his business together. I don't know.
No.
We don't.
Can't do
Well, maybe. But yeah, let's close this thing out, man. Please let everybody know how they can get in touch with you. And we'll start here.
Okay, awesome. So you all can hit me up on Instagram as well as TikTok at Auntie Shakey, AUNTYSHAKEY.
Absolutely.
So whether you are a for-profit or a nonprofit and you need access to grant funding, I am on all social media platforms, ITSS Coach K. And if you go to thelegacygrant.com, you can apply for a $1,000 grant and get access to money and funding for your business every month.
Love it.
You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all the things at Mandas_world. I got all the good nursing content for you. Got some nurse stuff coming up, and I'm the best nurse in Atlanta. So go ahead and check it out.
Love it.
Yeah. I think I'm changing my name, Miss Shans. I think I'm changing my Instagram name
Yeah.
To what?
to Mr. Eight Figures.
So, how's money changing, brother?
Exactly. He's
Nah,
so
just
humble
joking.
now.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. Smitty to go on.
You've been thinking about
Nah,
it.
for sure.
Hey, Mr. 10 million. Smitty to go on all platforms, YouTube, Instagram, always giving content daily. You're going to see me every day. Show up for my business and give game and give value and give tips on things I'm doing, helping people do, and always here to help and add value to you guys. 100%. Smitty to go.
Love it. Make sure y'all follow our guests. Also, everybody that comments, or whether it's Dr. Dawn Michelle or Garrick Francis, Aisha, been in the chat all day. Shout out to you, Tiffany Tayus. All of our family members, thank you so much. Make sure y'all show some love. Go send them a DM right now and let them know that you listened to this episode and you appreciate the game. All right? We are out of here. Peace.
All right,
Good job, y'all. Good.